friends, it's Vic with Vibrant with Vic, and I'm super excited to be here with you today to share in your yoga practice and to help you be more vibrant. So I'm in a different location here today, so hopefully the lighting is okay and you can see me. So pretending that this is your office, right? It's your office desk, and you can work from anywhere. You can work from home, you can work a lot of these things if you're just like in the waiting room at a doctor's appointment or something. So just remembering that here at Vibrant with Vic, we combine psychological principles with little movements, gentle movements of yoga, right? In order to tend to the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body. So as we go through the practice today, remembering to focus on the physical body. So we're going to turn inward and really tune into what our physical body needs today, giving ourselves grace and support by being mindful, which is paying attention on purpose to the present moment with that non-judgmental awareness. So anytime you notice any of that critical mind coming in, this goes to tending to the mental body as well, right? That critical mind coming in, that we just get behind that and listen to that wise observing mind that's back there. And really turning in and tuning inward can help us really be in touch with that in a way that we often are not as we go through our daily lives. And lastly, tending to that emotional body, that heart space, that those feelings that we have, and understanding as we go through life that we get presented with challenges and we get all kinds of different feelings. There's a lot going on in the world today, right now, here, and that is weighing heavy on a lot of our hearts. So really giving yourself grace and tending to that heart space, those feelings. And if you feel like you're in a safe place today, you can let those feelings come up and out. And if you're not, if you're in the workplace with the door closed and you just don't feel like that you can do that, please make sure that you give yourself grace and time to sit with any difficult emotions that are going on within yourself. Great. So I want to thank Virtual Veg Fest Live for having me, and please check out their monthly contest on their website. Also, our sponsor is VegKey this month. Check them out as well. You can see the banner running below. Please check me out, vibrantwithvic.com. I do individual one-on-one sessions. I also do group classes on the beach. If you're not at the beach, you can watch and participate on Zoom, and you can be there right along with us at sunset. So let's get started. So coming into a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. If you are at a chair, if you want something behind your back to give yourself a little bit of support, you can scooch back to the back of your chair here. When we do movements, we usually like to be on the front so we can have some freedom to move. But we're going to start with breath work. And so sitting on the chair, if you want to lie down, that's an option as well, or sitting in an upright position against the wall, whatever feels good to you. So we're going to close our eyes here or cast them downward. We're going to turn inward and really tune into our breath. So noticing what your breath is doing here. Letting it flow in and out of your body. Seeing if you can bring a little bit more ease to it, a little bit more fluidity. Perhaps inviting it deeper into the body. Oftentimes we go through life, especially on our 24-hour news cycle, with this sympathetic nervous system raring to go in this fight or flight, and we don't even know it. So inviting that parasympathetic nervous system to come on board at any time throughout your day by tuning into the breath, inviting it deeper into the body, slowing it down. All of these things can really signal to the parasympathetic nervous system that it's okay to be calm in this moment. We call this the 3-part breath. When we inhale, like we're filling up a pitcher of water into the belly, then into the heart space, then into the head space. And we exhale, head, heart, belly. Think about these 3 intelligence centers that each have something to offer us. And as you breathe deeply into the belly expands, perhaps considering nourishing that physical body, tuning into any physical sensations you're noticing anywhere in the body. Just becoming aware of those, inviting curiosity and acceptance around them, letting them know that you see them. And as you breathe into that heart space, perhaps thinking about your feelings, your emotions, noticing how you're feeling today. Sad, agitated, joyful. And when you breathe up into that head space, noticing if there's any chatter there that doesn't serve you right now. Psychology tells us that we have thousands of thoughts every day, and most of those are just on repeat, on this loop that have been put there by other people, perhaps telling us we're not doing enough, we're not good enough. Just getting behind that to the wise mind, the truth of who you are, knowing that you are enough. And really feeling this throughout the body. As we inhale, belly, heart, head. And exhale, head, heart, and belly. Continuing this deep breathing here with your eyes closed or cast downward. Noticing all 3 centers as we do. And considering the quote for the day, the best view comes after the hardest climb. The best view comes after the hardest climb. Notice when I say that, if there's anything your body, your heart space, or your head has to offer. Perhaps you're struggling right now in some aspect of your life. And no matter how big or small the struggle, perhaps considering how you can support yourself as you work to keep climbing, knowing that the best view is right around the corner. And as we continue to sit here, let's also do our grounding practice that I like to do, that you can do anytime you're feeling agitated or out of sorts. You need to bring yourself back to the present moment. So with those eyes closed or downcast still, tuning into our senses. First, our skin. Noticing anything that we're feeling on our skin right now. Perhaps it's the temperature of the room. If you're near a window and there's sun coming in, you might notice the warmth of that. Maybe it's where your hands might be touching your body. Also, whatever you're sitting or resting on, really feel into where that's making contact with you. And feel like it's supporting you. You're not just sitting or lying on it. You're really being held by it. Notice how that feels in the heart space. And then bringing your attention to your nose and noticing if there are any scents in the air around you. Without judgment. If there are none, that's okay too. And then to your ears, and notice how many distinct sounds you can pick out from your environment right now. And maybe there are sounds you didn't even notice that were there until you tune in now. Once again, not being critical of these, just witnessing the sounds like you've never heard them before. Nice job. A few more deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, gently opening your eyes or look up and look at your space around you. Notice what your eyes are drawn to. Notice colors or textures or shapes. Perhaps there's something in your environment that can really support you. When you look at it, you feel in your heart space that as you work on this climb, that seeing that thing really supports you. And if there's nothing in your environment right now, perhaps bringing that into your mind's eye. Just something that can really feel supportive as you continue on your journey. And knowing that you can bring this supportive feeling into your heart at any time by visualizing, by thinking about whatever best supports you as you move forward. Nice job. Okay, let's stand up for a second. We'll just shake that out. Move my chair back a little bit. So just doing any intuitive movements here that feel good. Moving those shoulders, moving those wrists. We sit hunched in front of our computers so much, opening up that heart space. We roll those shoulders back. Let's tend a little bit to our necks here as well. So grounding into our feet, feeling our body be strong as we rise up into our mountain pose first. Get that strong base, strong core, opening up through those shoulders. And from here, we're going to take a deep inhale, and we'll exhale that left ear to the left shoulder. Breathing here, inhaling up and exhaling to the other side. So going back and forth at your own pace. Exhaling as you bend. Inhaling as you come to the forward facing. Good job. Okay, so the next time we come to that left side that we started on, let's take our chin down to our armpit. And we're going to rock back and forth, just being very mindful of what the neck wants to do today and not doing any poses that are not good for it. Everything I do is merely a suggestion. Nice job. After you look down, coming back to center, and we'll go to the other side, bringing your ear down and then looking down and up. Moving that chin back and forth, really getting into the side of that neck. Nice work. Coming back to center, shaking that out. So let's shake out our body a little bit with our willow tree. So feet a little bit wider than hip width distance apart, and keeping our hip points pointed towards the front. Let's just rotate our trunk around our hips. Gently tapping our body can help wake up fascia, maybe looking over the shoulder as we turn. Nice job. Notice how you're feeling in your body as you do this. Notice what's happening with the hips as you work to keep those points towards the front. And now let's move those hips side to side. So perhaps picking up that heel as you turn away from it. Notice this different stretch that we're getting here. Nice job. And we'll slow that down as we come back to center. So thinking every day, thinking about how we can move our spine in all 6 directions. So we just went back and forth, right? The twisting to the right, the twisting to the left. Let's ground back down in mountain pose. We'll take a deep inhale up and we'll exhale, forward fold. Hanging here, so this is, we're gonna move front and back with our spine. Maybe swaying side to side. On the next inhale, we'll come up into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise into our slight back bend, pausing here. Really extending up and out. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Nice job. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling. Exhaling, forward fold. This time we'll come up into our halfway lift fairly quickly. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise into that slight back bend, really squeezing those glutes here, extending up and out. And exhale, hands to heart center. Nice work. Inhaling up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, root to rise into our back bend. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Nice. Shake that out. So can you guess the last 2 ways to move the spine? We did side to side. We did front, back. What's the last ones? This way and this way, right? Okay, so let's do that right now. Grounding into our feet. We'll inhale up. We'll exhale the right hand down and reach up and out with the left. Really reaching down and up in both directions, lifting out of the side body. So it's not about crunching over here. It's about lifting up and out, getting that slight bend on both sides of the body, perhaps looking up towards your raised arm if that feels good on your neck. Nice job. Inhaling up. We'll exhale, hands to heart center. Let's shake that out and then we'll come to the other side. So once again, grounding, really feeling every time we come back into this standing mountain, really feeling the strength of the legs, the strength of the core, opening up in that heart space. We'll inhale those arms up and exhale down the other side. So I'm reaching down with my left arm, reaching up and out with your right, whatever side you're on is perfect. Grounding in to the side you're leaning away from. That foot might tend to want to come up, perhaps looking up towards the raised arm. Breathing here, you all are doing great. Nice work. Inhaling up and exhaling to heart center. Good job, shaking that out. Let's sit down in our chair. So we're gonna sit on the front edge of the chair here instead of all the way back. So if your chair locks in place, that might be helpful. Mine's swiveling around a little bit. So we're going to ground into that left leg, sitting up nice and tall, feeling that heart space open, feeling those abs engage here. You can engage Mula Bandha, those pelvic floor muscles as well, to sit up nice and tall. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, we'll pull that right leg in towards the body. Squeezing it in towards the body. Doesn't matter how close it comes. Maybe rolling the ankle around in one direction and then the other. Nice job. Taking a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. And when you're ready, gently placing that leg across into our figure 4 stretch. So we're gonna flex in to that raised foot, really flexing it strongly like you're stomping it up against the wall next to you. We're opening up in that right hip. Perhaps you want to invite that leg to open up more in that hip, just not pressing on the knee joint, but you can press a little bit on the upper part of the leg. Being mindful that this foot has passed the other leg, that you're not on that ankle joint or straining the foot that's crossed over. Sitting up nice and tall here. Feeling the opening. Inviting space here. Nice job. And when you're ready, taking that raised leg and sliding it over, crossing it over the left leg. It doesn't have to be perfect, whatever feels good to you, just moving it in a way that feels good. Sitting up nice and tall, we'll take a deep inhale and we'll exhale towards that raised leg. So if your right one is over top, you exhale looking over to the right. Perhaps you want to use the neck to get a little bit deeper into the stretch over that right shoulder. Perhaps you can drop those shoulders down away from the ears just a little bit more. Breathing here. Nice work. Noticing if that front arm, you want to use that for leverage to get a little bit deeper into the twist. And when you're ready, we'll unwind. Shake that out, maybe straighten the legs, shaking them out, moving in any intuitive way that feels good to you. And then we'll come back to sit up nice and tall, this time grounding into the right leg, taking a deep inhale. And on the exhale, pulling that left leg into the body, moving that ankle in one direction and then the other. Nice job. Breathing in and out deeply, noticing if the mind is wandering, gently invite it back. And when you're ready, placing that foot over the right leg, flexing into that raised foot, perhaps pressing just not on the knee joint of the raised leg, doing a double check to make sure that the ankle and foot have cleared the leg that's on the ground, so they're not putting any undue pressure there. Sitting up nice and tall, strong core, strong pelvic floor. Maybe those shoulders can come down away from the ears a little bit more. Breathing here. Nice job. When you're ready, gently gliding that top leg over in whatever way feels good. Taking a deep inhale here, and we'll exhale, twisting over to the left side or towards whatever leg is raised. Perhaps looking out over that back shoulder, allowing those ears to drop away, or the shoulders to drop away from the ears. Maybe using that front arm as leverage, right? Just to get a little bit deeper into this twist. Not straining here though. Breathing. Nice work. Unwinding, shaking that out. And as we close out our practice, we want to do some relaxation. So all of these things are so important, right? We do some breath work, we do some grounding techniques that we can use anytime, a little bit of progressive relaxation, and then a little bit of silence, just to come back into ourselves and notice what's happening within our bodies and working to quiet the mind. So coming into a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. If you want to go back into what you were doing at the beginning of class, if that felt good to you, maybe having something behind your back to support you, sitting up in your chair all the way towards the back or up against the wall, or lying down, whatever feels good. So from here, we're going to gently close our eyes or cast them downward. Come back into ourselves and notice our breath. Inviting that breath to go deeper if it's become shallow throughout your practice. Really nourishing that belly, that heart, that head. And as we visualize a wave of relaxation flowing from our head all the way to our toes, releasing any tension in the body, we'll first bring our attention to the top of the head and invite it to relax. Noticing all the muscles of the face release as that wave travels down the neck, taking any tension with it. The shoulders glide down away from the ears as any stress melts down your arms, past your wrists and hands and fingers, out into the space around you. Then bringing that attention once more up to those shoulders that carry so much stress, inviting those shoulder blades to glide down the back as the heart space opens and softens. The rib cage relaxes and the belly releases. And all the muscles as we travel down the spine relax. The pelvis releases and any remaining tension in the body melts down the legs, past the ankles and feet, toes, and out into the space around you. I'm doing a quick scan to see if there's anywhere in your body that's still holding tension, and invite the breath there to just release it. And noticing if that's not what it wants to do, just letting it know that you see it and you hear it and that it's okay just as it is. And remembering the best view comes after the hardest climb. So thinking about how you can support yourself as you continue to climb to reach that amazing view that is going to be so worth it. And as we sit in our few moments of silence, just tuning into your breath. If your thoughts pull you away, no judgment, just inviting it back to the breath. When you're ready, slowly bringing yourself back to this place. Maybe gently wiggling your fingers and your toes. If you're on your side, you can roll over to one side. Wherever you are, pausing here. Maybe thanking your body for all it was able to do today and thanking yourself for showing up. Remembering anything that you want to take forward with you from this practice. As you return to a tall seated position to close out the class. And when you're ready, we'll take a deep inhale. Oh goodness. My Siri wanted to jump on board and play with us, and now it's not going away. I don't know what it's doing. What a crazy day. Deep inhale and exhale. We'll inhale those arms up. And we'll exhale slowly down the midline, pausing at the forehead as a reminder to think kind thoughts. Down to the lips as a reminder to speak kind words. And down to the heart space as a reminder to do kind deeds. Not just for others, but most importantly for yourself. It's my wish that you and all beings everywhere are happy, healthy, safe, and free. And until we meet again, I wish you so much peace. Thank you so much for sharing your yoga practice with me today. Don't forget to check me out, vibrantwithvik.com. Check out Virtual Veg Fest Live and Veg Geek. Until we meet again, have a great one. Bye-bye.